Hello, welcome to Strategic Clarity audio series with Brian O'Rubin. Today we want to look at the hidden geometry of advantage, how to build what cannot be copied. You see, I often say that the best strategies are formless and invisible, so the enemy doesn't know what to defend against. If you are here, it's because you refuse to lead by imitation. You've chosen the narrow path, leadership that creates, not copies. Let's get to it. Let's talk about the strategy that disappears, the strategic advantage that disappears. And let's be clear about this. If your strategy can be copied, your success can be stolen. Let that sink. Rest on that thought for a little while. Many leaders mistake temporary attention for lasting advantage. They think going viral, adding a feature, hiring a star, announcing a bold project is a must, is an advantage, is a strength. But that's not true. What can be copied will eventually be commoditized. Sustainable advantage isn't built on visibility. It's built on asymmetry, doing what others can't, won't, or never thought of doing. And this leads us to the core idea of this very session, the geometry of strategic advantage. Think about this for a moment. Most leaders are competing in a flat landscape, doing the same things in the same way with the same language. It's what we call horizontal thinking. But true advantage is vertical. It's hidden beneath the surface, rooted in depth and volume. Geometry teaches us two shapes can look identical from the outside, but be fundamentally different inside. Now, strategy works that way. Two companies may offer the same services, but one has cultural commitment, insight depth, or operational brilliance that the other can't touch. Two government departments or ministries can launch the same program, but one builds legitimacy, stakeholder trust, and real-world relevance, first of all, before launching. This is what we call the hidden geometry of advantage. Now, how do you build what cannot be copied in a world as ours today? Let's take a look at 4 foundations of uncopyable strategy. After I like that term. Do you like it? Uncopyable strategy. Number 1, build cultural DNA, not campaigns. Culture is the operating system of advantage. It governs decisions in the dark, behavior under pressure, and priorities when no one is watching. You can copy a message. You can't copy conviction. So you build a culture where your values live. Not just laminating something, all right? Then competitors can go ahead and mimic your surface, but they will never find your soul. Secondly, own a unique insight. You see, strategy is interpretation. The way you see the problem becomes your advantage. Every great movement, every transformative business, every policy breakthrough started with someone who saw something others missed. If you share the same assumptions, you will create the same results. So you train yourself to think from first principles, not fashion. Look where no one else is looking. Number 3, embed execution muscle. Execution is the graveyard of good ideas. What sets apart winners isn't what they plan to do. It's how fast, how well, and how repeatedly they do it. If your execution muscle is weak, your competitors will beat you with your own ideas. So you build systems, train deeply, Empower frontline decisions. Let your ability to deliver consistently become your real firewall. Number 4, design for strategic friction. And let's look at something counterintuitive. If your advantage feels too easy to explain, it's probably easy to steal. Real strategy introduces friction. It's hard to replicate it because it blends culture, relationships, history, timing, and deep understanding. Oh, look at Toyota, think about Tata, think about Patagonia, think about Amazon. Their advantages aren't campaigns, they are commitments. Now let's do some strategic reflection at this time. And I want you to ask yourself these questions. What is it about your work that others cannot copy? Secondly, what belief, system, or commitment do you hold that scares off imitators, that discourages imitators? You're asking yourself this question, all right? Finally, ask yourself, where have we simplified our strategy too much and therefore lost our uniqueness? This reflection isn't cosmetic, it is structural, and I want you to take it seriously. Now, here is your assignment on this episode. Audit your strategy for leaks. All right, let's be sure your strategy isn't dropping water. So first of all, identify one part of your approach that is easily replicable. Be honest with yourself. If you think you can be very honest with yourself, then call my team so that we can look at that together. Secondly, identify one deep asset you haven't fully developed. Is it cultural? Is it relational? Is it procedural or intellectual? Lastly, create one move that increases friction. Make your edge harder to imitate. Layer depth. Great strategy isn't loud. It is layered, precise, and very often invisible until it shifts the playing field. When others compete for attention, compete for impossibility. Build what only you can build. Now, this is Dr. Brian O. Ruben, and thank you for joining me today. We'll explore more in our next episode.